Oh, Team Fortress 2. Never in my life have I seen a game so beloved by many, but probably hated by just as many. With thousands of original fan-made content both on Steam and on places such as YouTube, but also not receiving any actual in-game support. Is TF2 deserving of all the hate it gets? Or is it, as the gorilla in the movie Zookeeper puts it, really as good as they say? I don't know, but what I do know is that nothing is free of sin. So let's get into it. Team Fortress 2 was released on October 10th, 2007, which means that it is 14 years old. That means if it was a person, it would probably be in its rebellious phase where it learns curse words and is probably playing TF2. That's weird. Oh, and don't have me forget that TF2 is technically a Zoomer. And just like most of Generation Z, it hasn't gotten any support by its parents in years. Wow, okay, unlike most games of its time, Team Fortress 2 is known for having an assortment of 9 distinct characters, whose personalities include typical annoying Patriots fan, average racist American, dumbass, token black guy, CSGO player, the nerd, the German one, kangaroo fighter, and the French guy who is obviously the worst class in the game. We get it, Valve. French people suck, even in video games. Oh, this is an easy one. Random crits. Random critical hits are a mechanic at the Team Fortress 2 early in development that gives every shot you do the chance to do 3 times the damage, which means not only can you absolutely decimate somebody in one shot, but they can too. Good one, Valve. Another way to reward skill and effort. That last sentence wasn't a joke, by the way. Random crits actually do reward skill, as your chance of a random crit increases with how much damage you do, which, as a developer for the game in 2007 said,
"This helps create those rare high moments where a single player goes on a rampage and gets 3 or 4 kills in rapid succession."
But we all know this is bullshit, right? But not only are crits randomized, but so is the bullet spread? Yes, have you ever shot a player and realized that you barely did any damage to them? Well, that may be because all hit scan weapons in TF2 can go just wherever they want. Random bullet spread, aka bloom, is such a strange topic because it's not like it benefits anyone, yet it's still a default setting inside of TF2 for what seems like no reason. Just turn it off. TF2 became free to play in 2011, which means anybody with a working computer and a Steam account can install the game. That sounds like a positive until you realize that all the spy players getting stomped on your team were a result of this move. So I'll just put a sin in there for all the pubs that have been ruined. And although big now, the TF2 map pool only included 6 maps when it started, including maps like Well, Granary, Hydro, and Two Fort. Why is this a sin? Well, one of the included maps was Dust Bowl, which to this day is still the best map. So the maps in TF2, just like your dad in high school, peaked too soon. Whatville is an actual map that exists. There was a map officially added into TF2 that was this broken, this poorly run, and this stupid. There are so many problems with this one map that I could probably make an entire video called Everything Wrong with Whatville. Wait, that's actually a good idea. Hold on. But TF2 is not only good for a good old root tootin' shootin', it's also good for playing dress up with your toys. TF2 introduced cosmetic items in 2009, adding new customization items such as an afro, or this thing. Just send these hats for being barely noticeable or just weird. Hats also for a certain time allowed you to be better than everyone else. And no, I'm not talking about having a medic healing you. Yes, for a couple of years, having a specific item set would actually give you stat buffs. This ranges from the spy having an insane amount of cloak to the scout gaining more health if you wear a milkman suit. Because milk makes you strong, kids. You know what isn't strong? My sanity. And just like me, I'm pretty sure the developers weren't always in the right state of mind when they made decisions for their game, such as adding items that are broken by design, completely nerfing some without anybody complaining about them, and buffing the flog again. But the worst moment in the game's development was probably when the TF2 devs accidentally destroyed the entire in-game economy. Do you remember those hats I was talking about earlier? Well, you get those hats from things called crates, and some crates have a chance of being unusual, meaning they have a cool effect on them. Now, normally the unbox rate for these effects are less than around 1%, but in July 25th, 2019, everything went to hell. Somehow, someway, a developer supposedly removed a decimal point somewhere, and that 1% became 100%. Once Valve realized their mistake, the damage was already done. Crates were selling for hundreds of dollars, and god-tier $1,000 unusuals were being unboxed everywhere. But don't worry, because later they made it up to people by making all the hats untradeable, and if you wanted your money back, you could get it on your Steam wallet. The fallout of this was insane, and they even had to take a knee eventually and make the first hat you unbox tradable. But like, oh my god, how do you mess up that bad? Hey guys, Post Zenith here. Also, the source code got leaked. I forgot to put this in the video. Yeah, somehow TF2 source code got leaked. That was pretty funny. There was a little bit of time where people thought like remote code execution was possible, but that was mostly a hoax. It was still pretty scary though, so I'll put a sin in for that. I'm a reliable source. The Demo Man class actually has a secret game-breaking bug where you can't detonate your stickies while swinging your melee weapon. What the fuck? Oh, Zenith, that's a petty complaint. Fuck you. Add another sin for you complaining. Cheating is a big issue for any game, but TF2 seems to get the brunt of it. Running a very outdated version of Valve's anti-cheat, it's no surprise that people have found ways around it. And oh boy, have they been taking advantage of it. There are cheaters out here with thousands of dollars worth of items that they've had for years and haven't gone banned. And it's not like they've even tried to hide it. They blatantly spin around without a care in the world because it's not like Valve's gonna do anything. And if they do ever receive a VAC ban, they can just move their items to another account because Valve is really good at developing things. What's worse than people cheating? How about computers cheating? CatHook, although advertised as a training program, is a cheat that could be installed and is the main source of the popular TF2 bot Crisis. Let me bring up again that CatHook is not only open source, but its first commit on its GitHub page was in 2016 and nothing has been done about it. That deserves at least like 2 sins right there. These bots include advertisements for skid forms, racism, homophobia, and all the other buzzwords that would instantly get you canceled in 2021. And finally, although breaking concurrent player counts many times throughout 2020, Team Fortress 2 has not received a single major content update since early 2018. Add a sin for every year nothing was done.